We're talking about the physics of resistance, and we're going to unpack it all through something called Lenz's law. So, let's just jump right in with a puzzle that seems to defy logic. If you take a strong magnet and you drop it through a thick copper tube, it doesn't just fall, it glides, almost floating down in this bizarre slow motion, like it's sinking through invisible honey. So, what is going on here?
Yeah, it really does look like some kind of strange attraction or maybe even repulsion. To figure it out, we've got to get to the heart of the puzzle itself.
And here's the really weird part. The tube is just copper. And as you probably know, copper isn't magnetic. A magnet won't stick to it, not at all. So there's no obvious magnetic force happening here, yet something is clearly putting the brakes on. What is this invisible force?
Well, to start unraveling this mystery, we need to look for a fundamental clue, one that was discovered way back in the 19th century.
And that clue comes from the brilliant Michael Faraday and his law of induction. See, Faraday figured out that magnetism and electricity are basically two sides of the same coin. He discovered that if you have a changing magnetic field near a conductor, like, say, a magnet moving through a copper tube, that motion actually creates an electric current. It makes electricity flow.
So, as our magnet is falling, its magnetic field is constantly moving and changing from the tube's perspective. And just like Faraday said it would, this creates an electric current inside the copper. But since the copper is a solid tube, the current has nowhere to go, so it just swirls around in little whirlpools of electricity. We call these eddy currents. And what this means is that our falling magnet has basically become a tiny temporary power generator, and that power has to come from somewhere.
Okay, but that only gets us halfway to an answer, right? It tells us that, yeah, a current is created, but it doesn't explain the braking force. Just knowing there's a current isn't enough. We need to know which direction it's flowing in. That direction, that's the key to everything, and it's the one piece of the puzzle Faraday's law doesn't quite give us.
And to get that answer, we need to introduce the star of our show today, a concept that's basically nature's fundamental rule of opposition. This is Lenz's law, and I want you to burn one word into your brain, the word that explains everything: opposes. The law says that the electric current that gets created will generate its own magnetic field, and the one and only job of that new field is to fight back against whatever change created it in the first place.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. It's like cosmic stubbornness. The universe just doesn't like being pushed around. You try to change a magnetic field, and the universe immediately pushes back to try and keep things the same. It's this simple, elegant, and really stubborn idea about balance.
So let's just walk through this chain reaction. Step 1, a magnetic field changes. That's our falling magnet. Step 2, an electric current is induced in the tube. Step 3, that current creates its very own magnetic field. And step 4, the grand finale, that new magnetic field fights the original change. It's a perfect little feedback loop designed purely to resist.
All right, we've got our tools. We've got Faraday's law, and now we've got Lenz's law. We have all the pieces. Let's go back and finally solve the mystery of that slow falling magnet.
Okay, this is so cool. As the magnet starts to fall into the tube, the eddy currents swirl in a way that creates a magnetic pole up top that's the same as the magnet's pole, like poles repel. So it pushes the magnet up, opposing its entry. But then, as the magnet starts to fall out of the bottom, the currents flip. Now they create an opposite pole at the end of the tube, which pulls the magnet back up. It opposes the exit. So the poor magnet is getting the brakes slammed on it on the way in and on the way out. No wonder it falls so slowly.
So there you have it. The crucial point is that this invisible hand isn't magic at all. It's just this constant, relentless magnetic braking force created by the tube itself, all thanks to Lenz's law. It's simply physics, doing what it does best, opposing change.
And this isn't just some neat party trick for a physics demo. This cosmic stubbornness is actually the secret behind some amazing technologies we use every single day.
I mean, think about it. The super smooth brakes on a high-speed train, they use a spinning metal disc and a magnetic field. Lenz's law creates a powerful braking force with no friction. What about an induction stove? It creates a changing magnetic field that induces those eddy currents in the base of your pan. The resistance from those currents generates all the heat you need for cooking. And yeah, even a metal detector is just sending out a magnetic field and waiting for a metal object to disrupt it, which then creates an opposing field it can detect. It's all the same beautiful principle.
So what's the really big takeaway here? Lenz's law isn't just some quirky formula. It's actually a direct result of one of the most fundamental rules in the entire universe, the conservation of energy. You can't just create that electrical current for free. It has to cost something. And in our experiment, the cost is the magnet's energy of motion. That braking force, that's the price you pay to generate the current. In the universe, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Nature always balances its books.
And that really leaves us with one last big question. We've seen how physics pushes back against change using electromagnetism. But doesn't that idea of a system resisting a disturbance to maintain balance feel universal? So the question is, where else do you see this fundamental principle at work? In biology, in economics, maybe even in our own lives? It's definitely something to think about.